Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such an exciting day that I'm absolutely speechless. Only kidding. You should be so lucky.
I think I know one thing you've got, and I won't be impressed. And I think it's in there.
Right, let me start off by saying a big thank you, first of all, to everyone that made today possible, the wonderful day it's been. To the bridesmaid, Mum Jane, thank you very much. Stepdad Pete. To the groom's mum, Jeanette, thank you very much. And to everyone else that played a part in making today the wonderful occasion it was. And of course to Hartsfield Manor, St Teresa's Church. It's been a beautiful and emotional day. Even the cake's in tears. They don't get any better. A big thank you also to the bridesmaids, to Emily, to Lucy and Beth for all they've done. And I'm sure you'll agree they all look stunning today. Only rightly outshone by the bride. Beautiful. And it's lovely to see you both so happy together. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, the job of being best man consists of two main tasks. The first being to make sure that Paul gets to the church on time, sober and smart. It's basically my job to make sure his face and his hair are in order. Basically, I've just done my best with what I got to work. The second most important task is to spend some time assassinating Paul's character. It's a tradition I have a great honour in upholding. Having said that, Paul is a thoroughly nice guy who would do anything for anyone, which made it very difficult to be anything but nice about him in my speech. Difficult, but not impossible. Paul's been a true friend to me over the years. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for him, and likewise nothing he wouldn't do for me. So in fact we spend our whole lives doing absolutely nothing. But I would like to think of myself as a reliable friend to Paul, to whom he could tell anything. And I do mean anything, which has provided me with ample material for my speech. Now I've known Paul since primary school, as he said, where we used to have the same Chris Waddle-inspired spiky hair, albeit I stopped short of the full mullet. Paul happily embraced it. We used to walk home from school together, and I remember all those times playing football over at his house, where Paul would use his little brother David for target practice. Sorry, I mean as the goalkeeper. We'd then eat at this fantastic table that Paul had, which was two benches attached to a main table, wooden.
Still in the attic?
Yeah. Absolutely. What Charlotte doesn't realise yet is that Paul was bringing that table with him. And you live together, so I should look forward to eating at it. Paul and I used to beg his mum to prepare us milk and cookies while we played football in the garden. We used to run around his garden, all down the sideway, all round Henryford Road, for hours. Now, of course, we didn't always see eye to eye in our quest for world football domination. It would start off with me saying, "You go in goal," and he'd say, "No, I'm the great one. You go in goal." And this would usually end up with me calling him a wally, him calling me stupid, and we'd run off crying to our mums. But the next day, without fail, sure enough, he'd drop me an email at work and everything would be okay. Now, Paul's been a loyal fan of Charlton Nil. And as a Spurs fan myself, it would be very easy for me to make a load of cheap Charlton jokes at his expense. But that would just be tacky, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No, I definitely won't do the "how many Charlton fans does it take to change a light bulb" joke. Incidentally, the answer is both of them. That'll be Paul and his Auntie Jan then. Nor will I ask what the best thing to come out of Charlton is. That's the M25. And I definitely won't ask why NASA send their astronauts to train at the Valley. It's because there's no atmosphere there.
It's a lot of us.
So how can I describe Paul in a nutshell? Paul loves food. Any kind of food, as long as there's lots of it. He also loves planning trips, mainly, and likes to visit at least once a year, long leads time. Even if he does get chased by the odd rhino roaming around. He loves to visit Cornwall. My wife and I had the pleasure of visiting it with him. Not in the Pimpmobile, as he calls it, BMW, but in one of his other cars. The highlight of the trip was when Paul was overtaken up a hill by an old lady in a Robin Reliant. He'll never live that down. Come to think of it, he'll also never live down being overtaken by Kevin and me on the very first lap of the go-karting on his stag do.
I would say the flag was up.
Now Paul, or the Great One, as he likes to call himself, is a modest chap. He also keeps fit by playing tennis on a Sunday morning. Now this usually takes place without issue, apart from this one time a few weeks ago, when Paul was set to go to tennis, and he realised that the usual pants he wears were still in the tumble dryer. You knew I was going to be best man when you told me this. So he had to use a different pair that were, how can I say it? And unfortunately for Paul, had a tendency to open at the front. Paul said that his trainer kept telling him off for making bad shots, but it's because Paul was worried that he might pop out. Now, Paul and I used to meet up for a drink and a chat, as you do, to talk about our crazy lives. And I remember on one occasion, about 2 years ago, when we were chatting, and Paul's voice, unusually, went very quiet and very serious. He took a deep breath, he paused, and he asked me what I felt about marriage. I told him I was really flattered. But joking aside, he did tell me from a very early stage that Charlotte was the one he wanted to marry. And here we are today. Charlotte, meanwhile, keeps a photo of Paul in her purse. And another photo of him on her car dashboard. And one on the table when she does Neil's yard events. So whenever she's out and about, she's stressed, problems are getting her down, she can just look at Paul and the stress. Personally, I think it's because when she looks at the photo, she remembers she's got a bigger problem waiting at home. Now, it's traditional for the best man to read out messages from those who can't be here today. And I do have some messages from people keen to congratulate the married couple. Dear Paul and Charlotte, I am writing to congratulate you on this very special occasion. Today marks the start of what I'm sure will be a long and prosperous marriage. And on behalf of everyone here at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, I should like to wish you the very best in your future. And remember, in life, just like in football, a little teamwork can get you some great results. Kind regards, Andre Villas-Boas, manager of Tottenham Hotspur. He did send a signed photo as well, but I kept that. Dear Paul, everyone at Millwall FC would like to offer our sincere congratulations to both of you and Charlotte on your big day. We note that your own very special big match of the day today is conveniently scheduled for a day when Millwall do not have a fixture. Not that we're implying you have fixed your wedding around your beloved Lions. By all accounts, you're a bit of a fan of the mighty Lions, having supported the club for 27 years. The lads here would like to thank you for your continued support and wish you and Charlotte the very best for a great day today. From all at Millwall Football. You can see where this is going. Yeah. To Paul and Charlotte, good luck to you both for a long, happy and healthy marriage. Best wishes, Martin Allen, manager of Gillingham Football Club. Incidentally, he did write more, but it's so blue, I couldn't actually read it in front of a family audience. You'll have to read that later. Hello, Paul. I hear you are getting married. I wanted to offer you my personal congratulations and thank you for all the support you've shown the club over the years. Hopefully we can still count on your presence in the stands for many years to come. Chris Powell, manager of Charlton Athletic. Now I need to get serious for a minute. I can stand here and tell you all about Paul, but the best way to get to know someone, I find, is to stalk them. So I've got a private detective to follow to see what an average day in the life of Paul Wallace consists of, so that Charlotte can get an idea of what she can expect in the years ahead. And rather than tell you, I think pictures speak louder than words. So please open the envelope. I'm sure you're all as shocked as I was by what Paul gets up to on an average day.
Well, it must obviously shock you.
Sorry.
Just food, just for eating. Get a serious bit now. No.
It's like Charlotte.
Thank you. You're welcome to keep them, sell them on eBay. But aside from all of that, Paul is one of the most genuine guys you'll ever meet. He'd do anything for his friends and family. He's been a true friend to me over the years and one of the few people I trust my life with. He has a great sense of humour, sometimes, and is a thoughtful, caring guy who deserves the best of life. And I'm so happy that he has found the love of his life in Charlotte, who my wife Catherine and I have had the great pleasure of getting to know over the past few years. I know that Catherine has also found a great friend in Charlotte, which is great for Paul and I as it frees us up to talk about football. I am so happy that they found it.
I like football. I like football.
Charlotte is a kind, considerate and loving person, and exactly the kind of woman I hoped Paul would meet. I'm so happy that they found each other. You're perfect together and I wish you a lifetime of great memories. So I'd just like to congratulate you personally on your marriage. Pass over to Chancellor Pete, who wants to say a few words.
I do. Thank you very much.